Everyone, a very warm welcome to my channel Study Sphere. I am Saida. I'll be explaining you the chapter Cell the Fundamental Units of Life. This chapter is a basic chapter for ICSE ninth class students. Even the people from CBSE can refer to it. I'll be explaining it in very detailed format. Okay. Now, to understand this chapter, this is what I've made the summary for ease of understanding. I'll be explaining what is a cell, its importance, its major components, the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, the cell theory principles, and role of cells in maintaining life. This is what my summary would be. And I'll not be completing this chapter in just this video because this is my very first video on my YouTube channel. So I'll be uploading this chapter in part 2 or part 3. A very short 10 minutes video will be there. I'll be explaining it very detailed format with the basics, with every single thing that I know. I'll be explaining about it. So for further explanation, you can even see part 2 and part 3, which I'll be uploading by today or tomorrow. So yeah, first point, what is a cell? To understand cell, we have to define it. Before defining, we need to understand what is a cell. A cell is nothing but the smallest unit of life. We know that this is the structural and functional unit of life. Do it actually mean? Yeah, it actually means that it is the smallest unit, but still it is our point of survival. For every living organism, it is a fundamental building block. They are vital process of it which it performs, like metabolism, growth, and reproduction. Every single thing it does. Now the next PPT, we have just got a very brush upon cells. This is what the structure is. I'll be even showing the structure photo. Okay, now cell membrane means, actually membrane means protecting, okay, the surrounding. It surrounds the structure of cell. It protects the cell. It regulates the entry and exit of substances. Whatever substances are entering or exiting, it regulates on them or it checks on them. Next is cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like fluid where all cell activities takes place. Like for every part which is very important in our life, there is a little bit of fluid. For example, like for a brain, we have a fluid which is a shock absorber. Even for our heart, same for the lungs. So every body organ or every body part is actually surrounded by fluid which helps. For cell, it helps in activities. For organs, it helps in shock absorbing. Next is nucleus. Nucleus contains a genetic material. Genetic material is nothing but the material which we get from our parents. This is the hereditary, it is a genetic. For example, let's say DNA, RNA. These are all genetic materials. So nucleus contains it. Actually, to be very precise, nucleus is the one that if you have a prominent nucleus, then only we say that this is living organism, okay, or the living cell. If there is no nucleus, then it is not a living cell, it is a dead cell, okay, because the reason is that it controls cell functions. Mitochondria, we all know that it is a powerhouse of the cell, okay, it produces energy. Ribosomes, they synthesize protein. It is vital for cell functioning. So ribosome is providing or synthesizing the proteins, while nucleus is controlling the cell functions. So both of them are in coordination. We understand this thing. Now I'll be explaining it in a more detailed format. Okay. Whatever we have learned, only that I'll be explaining because this is a more detailed structure. Okay. Firstly, the cell membrane, as I told you, this is a protective layer which is actually very important for a cell, because see, for us, we need some protection which we get from our parents, our siblings. Similarly, for cell, the protection is cell membrane. Okay, mitochondria, as you have seen, ribosomes also you have seen. These are the pointed structures which help in synthesizing the proteins. The cytoplasm fluid, as I told you. Okay, this fluid helps in protecting the cell membrane as well as it does all the functions that are needed. Now, endoplasmic reticulum, smooth, rough. This is not we have what you are supposed to be learning as per my own intelligence. Okay. Now, nucleolus and nucleoplasm, both are the structures of nucleus. As I told you, nucleus is very important for a cell. If there is absence of nucleus, that means that the cell is a dead cell, not a living cell. There is a difference between a living cell and a dead cell. Okay, where there is absence of nucleus or and cytoplasm, then that is a dead cell. If there is a presence of nucleus as well as cytoplasm, then that is a living cell. This is what it defines. Okay, if you want more detailed structure, I'll be uploading further videos for 10th class as well, so you need not to worry. Okay. Yeah, now prokaryotes and eukaryotes, I'm trying to complete it in a very easier form. So with my detailed information, this slide does not contain much information. This is just for the reference of yours. Okay, now let me tell you what are prokaryotes and eukaryotes. As I told you, there are living cells and non-living cells or dead cells, right? This is what I have been telling you. I've even told you the structure of cell. Now there are types of cells like prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Now, to understand what are prokaryotes and eukaryotes, you need to understand what pro means and what eu means. Okay, pro means unicelled, eu means multicelled. Now, what we are eukaryotic in nature. Okay, we are multi-celled in nature. Prokaryotic means only single cell. Okay, this simple structure is without a nucleus. Okay, or we can promptly say that this is a dead cell, but we don't tell it because these cells are present in some bacteria. As I've these are examples over here that are bacteria and archaea. Okay, they are less complex organization. They are in very less complex organization, which means that they are not complex in nature. They are very easy in nature. Okay, they have smaller sizes. They are very few organelles lacking membranes. As I told you, membrane is very important for the protection. But in prokaryotes, they lack membranes. They have very few organelles. All the organelles are very needy for the cells. Okay, this is what this slide says. As per my knowledge, I want to tell you that prokaryotes are nothing but they do have their own divisions, but they lack nucleus and there are very few organelles, or you can say pro also means that ancient cells or very like embryonic cells, somewhat like that. Okay, now eukaryotic cells are more complex in structure with the nucleus. They are of very larger size. They have membrane bound organelles. Membrane bound organelles means with membrane. Membrane bound is nothing with membrane. Okay, it includes plants, animals, fungi, which like animals is nothing but which includes human beings as well. We don't say that human being or mammals. We include cells in animals, fungi and protists. Fungi and protists is nothing but a kingdom. Okay, which have multicellular cells, more complex with compartmentalized functions. Yeah, so they are more complex in nature, while prokaryotics are very like they are not complex in nature. Okay, so that's it for the very first video, guys. I hope my explanation was clear enough to understand. I've made this chapter in a very small format so that you can get the concept easily. This is my very first video, so I may not be perfect, but I think you would like it. And if you want any like if you have any demands, I'll definitely fulfill your demands. I'm not very sure that my explanation for you guys is perfect or not, but if it is perfect or not perfect, just demand me in the comment section. I'll completely fulfill your demand and I'll be explaining it at my best. So do not forget to like, share and subscribe and notify, because I'll be further uploading my videos in a very regular and a consistent manner. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, guys.